Hi guys. I usually don't do a vlog this late, but I feel like I have to because the events of the last 3 or 4 days, both the events in Atlanta with the school situation where, save for the bravery and courage of one woman, could have turned out so tragically, and the events in Syria have really got me thinking. And they've got me thinking really what is going on in the world that these things keep happening. I hear over and over in the aftermath of things like this must never be allowed to happen again. And then we do all these things. We have all these recriminations, and then within months, it seems. And the thing that really got me reflecting on this was an interview, excuse me as I adjust my headphones, was an interview with a Newtown family who lost 2 children, 2 families who lost 2 children, and they said, here we are, 24 hours after another incident of school violence and 8 months after Newtown, and there's silence. And that got me reflecting, and then the events in Syria occurred, where allegedly a government, probably a government, but regardless of who fired the missiles or the bombs, people killed people in a horrifically tragic way. And that got me to thinking, why? Why does this continue to happen? And yes, I believe part of it is because we live in an imperfect and broken world. And there's an element of it that won't be solved until the return of Christ and all that. But that can't be it. I really do believe it has to do with the human issue of we live in, not just in, as Pope John Paul would say, a culture of death, but it's a culture of melancholia and despair. And we're so deeply embedded in this culture of despair that we're really terrible at reflecting and taking a look at the uh, type of humans we are. Let me give you an example. I have a friend who told me in Methodist meetings that he has been told by leadership of the church that he works with people, and this is true about him. He works with people that are anti-God, violently anti-God, and want nothing to do with God, and that's who he hangs out with. Or he works with people that want to go super deep with God and really want to develop and mature their relationship to an extreme degree. And he's had people in leadership in the church say that most people are here in a very narrow box, and you work out here. My question to us as a people of faith is, what is going on beyond the margins of the world's box that continues to allow things like this to happen and continues to create a culture where things like this continue to happen? And what I really think it comes down to is, as a human race, definitely, but specifically as Christians, around the world, really. We're not very good at dwelling. We're not very good at mourning. We're really good at saying, as I said before, this will never happen again, and we've got to do X and X and X to solve this problem, and we have a series of steps, but we're really not good at grieving the fact that evil exists and some things need to be grieved. The last 3 to 4 days have made me want to go Old Testament and rip my clothes and sit in dust and ashes and hold the people who have been affected, and just say, as my wife said yesterday, she was watching the news and she saw a man who had lost his entire family while they slept in Syria, and he was weeping, and she just said, I just wanted to tell him that I'm crying with him. And that is what we are loath to do as a people of faith these days. Because we are a culture of despair overall, it makes us loath to look at despair and really take an honestly genuine hard look and do nothing and just sit with it and hold it and weep with it. So I'm calling on us as people of faith to be contemplative in this hour. As the news has come across tonight that the U.S. is preparing to launch missile strikes against Syria, and I don't care what your politics are, I, for one, don't think answering violence with violence brings peace. But that's a question for another blog. But just let me close with a quote from Teresa of Calcutta. As Christians and people of faith, we are called to be contemplatives in the heart of the world. First, through the giving and sharing of bread, and then through our actions with the poor. We are called to see the presence of God in everyone. Be contemplative. Thank you.